if you become a mainstream media reporter, Google Maps starts blocking the addresses of the local mosques, I think. I don't know for sure, but I definitely know something is going on there. Now, why do I say that? Well, you got to stay with me here. It's a little bit of a story. We're going to take the long road, but we'll get there. This week in Alberta, our Education Minister David Eggen has mandated that schools, all schools, including Catholic schools, adopt the government's new LGBTQ guidelines by March. It's the usual stuff about gender-neutral bathrooms, using whatever made-up pronouns you want, and acceptance of any number of genders. And now Catholic schools are going to be required to teach this stuff, regardless of the teachings of their faith. Because charter rights be damned, I guess. But that's not even really my point. My point is about the media and media bias. Have you noticed that anytime the media reports on a story about gender and sexuality in schools, they can quickly find their way to a Catholic church or the Archbishop's office? In this case, the media had absolutely no problem finding comment from Bishop Henry of Calgary. He called the education minister's new rules totalitarian and anti-Catholic, and he expressed his concerns about the lack of consultation with the Catholic community. But we already know lack of consultation with stakeholders is the NDP way. And I would tend to agree with the bishop. Religious liberty is a fundamental freedom in this country, granted to all Canadians, and it's a real human right. But you know who the media couldn't find yesterday? An imam or an administrator at an Islamic school. I wonder why the media couldn't find their way to Edmonton Islamic Academy. Do you remember them? I do. In 2003, they brought in a local imam, Mustafa Khattab, who gave a lunchtime talk comparing homosexual people to, and I quote, someone who has diabetes or someone who has cancer or AIDS. Do you know what? Here, just watch the video.
Dealing with someone who is a homosexual, in my view, as I said, homosexuality is abnormal. This is not the norm. So for me, someone who's homosexual is like someone who has diabetics or someone who has cancer or AIDS.
The Edmonton Islamic Academy receives $4 million in government funding each and every year. How much do you want to bet this school won't be implementing Education Minister David Eggen's new LGBTQ rules? And how much do you want to bet the media won't even bother checking? Progressives hate religious freedom for Christians and Christian citizens, but they'll fight vehemently for religious freedom for Muslim non-citizens like Zanera Ishaq, the woman who fought and won the right to wear a niqab during the Canadian citizenship ceremony. And we know that progressives in the Toronto city government will ignore an imam giving out Korans in Yonge and Dundas Square, but they'll shut down the Christian music festival, the Voices of the Nations, for the crime of proselytizing. I guess it's true. Some animals really are more equal than others. For TheRebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid.